my book and wax friends. I am Amber. Welcome to my channel. I post about all things books and home fragrance. And so I am so happy to have you here with me, whether you're new or returning. Welcome. Today's video is all about my top 10 most anticipated books that are releasing in the month of May. So these are the ones I scoured through all of Goodreads and other websites to figure out what new books that are coming out in May I am most looking forward to picking up. And so let's jump into it. I will put a graphic of the book either over here or over here, whichever one ends up working best. And let's get to it. They are in no particular order, but these are the ones that appealed to me the most from what I saw. The first one is called The Enemy's Daughter by Melissa Poet, and it comes out May 6th. It is a dystopian fantasy type book, and it is a reimagining from the synopsis. It says it's a reimagining of Tristan and Isolde, which is I think it's Irish. It's an Irish fable, if I remember right. Something like that. Okay, so let me read. It says, after civilization crumbles, all that's left of the Republic is the 5 clans and their enemy, Kingsland. Isadora, daughter of a clan leader, is a healer desperate to bring back the medicine of the old world to help her people. Tristan is a young assassin prince of Kingsland, determined to get revenge on the clans. When Isadora is shot with a poisoned arrow, only Tristan can save her in a magical ceremony that will bind them together forever. As she recovers in enemy territory, she begins to question the truth of their violent history. Kingsland is everything she's ever wanted, including Tristan. But as the clans bay for blood, one side is setting a trap, and Isadora must decide which truth to believe. So that sounds really good. And I haven't read a true dystopian. I'm taking this off. It's getting a little warm in here. And I haven't read a true dystopian in quite a while. The last dystopian books that I did pick up, I am waiting for the book that just released in the my mind always goes blank when I try to film in the Hunger Games, the one about, you guys know, I will put it down here. I cannot believe I am forgetting what is Sunrise on the Reaping. There we go. About Haymitch. Anyway, I'm still waiting for that from the library. So the last official dystopian books that I have read is the Scythe trilogy by Neal Shusterman. Is that who wrote it? I think so. Which I do highly recommend that series, that trilogy. It was really good. But before that, it had been a while since I had read any sort of dystopian because I got burnt out on dystopian back in the day of the Hunger Games and all the other dystopian books that came out at that time. So this sounds good. This sounds it's still a fantasy version, dystopian version. So it sounds really good. Okay, moving on. That was only the first book. The next book is called His Face is the Sun. It's by Michelle Yabes Corpora, and it comes out May 6th. And this says it's an ancient Egyptian Game of Thrones set in, it's a YA fantasy book. So it says romance, magic, adventure, and horror collide in the start to this lush epic trilogy, perfect for fans of Leigh Bardugo and Sarah J. Maas, which I am a fan of both of them. So desire, war, magic, monsters, a forgotten oracle will unite them against an ancient enemy. But who will be on the throne when the red dust of Katara settles? So yeah, so it sounds like it'll be a lot of fun. So fantasy, ancient Egyptian vibes. So that sounds really good. Okay, the next one is called The Art of Exile. It's by Andrea Max and comes out May 14th. And this is a fantasy, it might be romantasy. It says Legendborn meets the Da Vinci Code. So right there, I was like, ooh, that sounds like it's going to be a good combination. In this captivating light academia contemporary fantasy following a teen who infiltrates a secret school for descendants of exiled Renaissance masters to steal their long-lost arts and sciences. So a very unique premise, I feel like. I like the sound of that a lot. So The Art of Exile. The next one is I think it's women's fiction. It's called Main Characters, and it is by Hannah Orenstein. It comes out May 13th. And this says it is a love letter to lake life in the Parent Trap for adults. And the story of two half-sisters who meet for the first time at their father's cabin in Maine after his unexpected death. The synopsis is every summer, Vivian Levy and Lucy Webster spend a month with their father at his lake house separately. Raised in New York City, Vivian is an ambitious sommelier with a secret that could derail her future. Lucy grew up in a tiny Maine town where she now teaches high school English while watching her marriage unravel. They've never met. While Lucy envied her half-sister from afar, their father kept Vivian in the dark. When Vivian arrives at the lake to spread his ashes and sell his cabin, she's shocked to find Lucy there, awaiting his return. In an ideal world, they'd help each other through their grief. Instead, forced to spend the summer together, they fight through a storm of suspicion and hostility to untangle the messy truth about their parents' pasts. While Lucy is desperate to hold on to the house, Vivian is scrambling after a betrayal. After 30 years apart, is it too late for them to be a family? So the Parent Trap for adults is what kind of sold me on it. So we'll see how that one is. It could be really good. Okay, the next one, probably out of all of these on the list, this is probably one of two of my most anticipated. It is The Love Haters by Catherine Center. It comes out May 20th, and I've loved everything that I've read by Catherine Center so far, and I've read 3 or 4 of her books now. So I'm excited about this one. The synopsis is Katie Vaughn has been burned by love in the past. Now she may be lighting her career on fire. She has 2 choices: wait to get laid off from her job as a video producer, or at her co-workers Cole's request, take a career-making gig profiling Tom Hutchison, a Coast Guard rescue swimmer in Key West. The catch? Katie's not exactly qualified. She can't swim, but pretends that she can. Plus, Cole and Hutch are brothers, and they don't get along. Next stop, Paradise. But Paradise is messier than it seems. As Katie gets entangled with Hutch, the most scientifically good-looking man she has ever seen, but maybe a bit of a love hater, along with his colorful Aunt Rue and his rescue Great Dane, she gets trapped in a lie or 2. Swim lessons, helicopter flights, conga lines, drinking contests, hurricanes, and stolen kisses ensue, along with chances to tell the truth, to face old fears, and to be truly brave at last. So I'm excited for that one. The next one is called Rules for Ruin by Mimi Matthews, and it comes out May 20th. This is a historical romance, and it says, no one betrays the academy, but now Euphemia must decide, break the rules for her enemy or let the rules break her heart. On the outskirts of London sits a seemingly innocuous institution with a secretive aim: train young women to disrupt, and discredit the patriarchy. Outraged by the powerful lord's systematic attack on women's rights in Parliament, the Academy summons its brightest and most bitter pupil to infiltrate the odious man's inner circle. A deal is struck: bring down the Viscount, and Miss Euphemia Flight will finally earn her freedom. But betting shop owner Gabriel Royce has other plans. The Viscount is the perfect pawn to insulate Gabriel's underworld empire from government interference. He's not about to let some crinoline-clad miss destroy his carefully constructed enterprises, no matter how captivating he finds her threats. So that seems like it'll be a fun one for sure. The next one is the other one that, of the two that I said I'm most looking forward to, and it is The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig, which comes out May 20th. Excuse me. This is the same author that wrote the Shepherd King duology, the One Dark Window, Two Twisted Crowns, and I really, really enjoyed that duology. So good. And so I'm excited about this one. The synopsis is: Sybil Delling has spent 9 years dreaming of having no dreams at all. Like the other Foundling girls who traded a decade of service for a home in the great cathedral, Sybil is a diviner. In her dreams, she receives visions from 6 unearthly figures known as omens. From them, she can predict terrible things before they occur, and lords and common folk alike travel across the kingdom to learn their future in her dreams. Just as she and her sister diviners near the end of their service, a mysterious knight arrives at the cathedral. Rude, devilishly handsome, the knight Roderick has no respect for Sybil's visions, but when Sybil's fellow diviners begin to vanish one by one, she has no choice but to seek his help in finding them, for the world outside the cathedral's cloister is wrought with peril. Only the gods have the answers she is seeking, and as much as she would rather avoid Roderick's dark eyes and sharp tongue, only a heretic can defeat a god. So that sounds really good. I'm excited to jump into that one. Okay, the next one is a romance. It's called Jilted by Vi Keeland, and it comes out May 6th. This is described as a brand new slow burn, swooning romance where 27 Dresses meets The Hating Game. And the synopsis is: weddings. I spend every working minute talking and writing about them, when just the thought of one makes me want to scream. After my fiance abandoned me at the altar last year, my dream job at Bride Magazine has turned into a recurring nightmare. To add insult to injury, the Bridezilla at my latest assignment somehow roped me into filling in for a missing bridesmaid. Of course, I had to get paired with the most gorgeous groomsman, Wilder Hayes. He is perfect except when he opens his mouth, and we end up bickering all evening. That is until the coat closet incident. So it seems like it could be fun for sure. Okay, then we have a cozy fantasy romance, and it is called Behooved, and it's by M. Stevenson. Comes out May 20th. When I read the synopsis of this, it was giving me kind of Lady Hawk vibes, except you'll see it's slightly different, but it is giving me those vibes a little bit, except this is going to be cozy fantasy, maybe a little humor, I don't know. A charming slow burn fantasy featuring a duty-bound noblewoman with a chronic illness, a prince who would rather be in a library than on a throne, and a magical ride through a world of cozy enchantment. Bianca knows her duty comes before her heart. So when the threat of war looms, she agrees to marry the neighboring kingdom's heir. But not all royal weddings are a fairy tale, and Prince Eric, Bianca's betrothed, is cold, aloof, and seems to hate her on sight. To make matters worse, on their wedding night, an assassination attempt goes awry, leaving Eric magically transformed into a horse. Bianca does what any bride in this situation would do. She mounts her new husband and rides away to safety. Sunset returns Eric to human form. This is why it reminds me of Lady Hawk. But they soon discover the assassination attempt is part of a larger plot against the throne. Worse, Bianca has been framed for Eric's murder, and she's now saddled with her husband, who is a horse by day and a frustratingly attractive man by night. As an unexpected romance begins galloping away with their hearts, Bianca and Eric must rely on each other to unravel the curse and save the throne. So that looks like it could be a fun one for sure. All right, then after that, the last one I have is called A Fate Forged in Fire. And this is a fantasy or fantasy romance. And it is by Hazel McBride and comes out May 27th. And the synopsis is, to become the first queen in centuries, a powerfully blessed blacksmith must use her wits and fire magic to overthrow the corrupt powers ruling her kingdom, while also fighting her growing desire for one of her dragon-riding adversaries. In the first book of a sizzling Celtic-inspired fantasy romance duology. So dragons, check. Romance, check. Fantasy, check. Based on Irish mythology, check. All those hits all the things that I like. So sounds really good. And yeah, so there's some good books coming out in the month of May. Do any of these sound good to you? Let me know down in the comments. Is there any that I am missing that you're looking forward to reading? It's always so hard to narrow it down to just 10. But if there's any that I'm missing that you think I would enjoy, definitely let me know that down in the comments too. That's it, you guys. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Please like and subscribe if you would like to get more book and home fragrance content. I so appreciate you guys and hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And until next time, TTFN, ta-ta for now.